Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Tsvetkov, and today I want to make a video about the typical mistake of the, I will call it this over-enthusiastic golf swing. The major problem for me is that it's not the golf swing of somebody else, but it's my swing. In this connection you see that I can look for that just with the portion of the humor sense, and I see that it's too much to work on here. The first of all, and very typical mistake for me, excluding maybe as you see that the takeaway I make, and it's especially over that my body, back to my body, because that it seems that it's maybe not so huge mistake, because you see that it's given me the chance to hit the ball from inside to in to out. My usual trajectory always was the out to in, and the most difficult part of the swing, in my opinion, is when you're making the upward golf swing, how to transform from the upper movement of the hands to the that more flat, to have the contact from in to out. But the terrible mistake here is mostly that my hips are too much open at the backswing before the transition. And this is the terrible mistake, because with such mistakes it's quite difficult to make the normal swing, because you see that my problem is that I have too much flexibility, maybe too less straight and too much flexibility, and the flexibility sometimes is ruining my golf swing. And this connection I need to have in the hips in more neutral position, and I have started to control it, and it's working much more better, because I need to have more X factor between my hips and between my shoulders. But in such position as we can see here, the hips are too open to the right side, and in this case it's that it's quite difficult to rotate them from such a open to the right to the open to the left position during the portion of second, and it's a big trouble. The second big trouble is that I'm not controlling my right elbow during the downswing. So in the backswing, my elbow is very close to my body, much more close than maybe many other players have. But it's not so bad news. But here you can see that from this position I'm starting too much active from the transition, that I'm starting too much active rotation of my upper part of the body, because my my hips are too much open. And in this connection I never try to control the position of my right elbow. I'm mostly trying to think about not in this swing, but in other ones, not always, about my right wrist position, that it will be stayed, the bent, the broken, but I'm not controlling my right elbow. I have tried to do it today, and I feel much more better, as a distance such, and the control it's becoming work normally. But here you can see that it's staying the big problem. And why it is becoming a problem? Because you see that in this position, when my hips become neutral, I have the club head and the angle becoming between my left arm and the club shaft becoming to ruin, and it's too early, in my opinion. If my hips will be in much more close position during the backswing, for example, if I will start the downswing exactly from this position of my hips, I will have much more better swing, because I will rotate my hips to much more to the left, and it will give me much more better swing and much more better much more better torque. But currently I starting to achieve the club head speed too early. I think that somewhere here my club head is becoming to achieve the maximum club head, but it's necessary that the maximal acceleration will be on the ball and maximum speed will be a little bit after the ball, because it's given a good smash factor. And in this connection, the impact becoming in the position of the close to the neutral hips, and plus that, what is maybe even more trouble, that, and it's related with the hips position certainly. If my hips will be much more open in this position, my right arm will be much more broken. But currently you can see that it's not broken at all. So my hands become straight even before the impact, and that is the most big trouble of those fact that I'm not controlling the right elbow, and that I am opening my hips too much during the backswing. So here is not so well viewed, but now I will try to show you also my swing with the 7-iron and from front view, and you will see that it's the big problem also for the correct position of the wrists at impact and after the impact. It's the same problem, too much enthusiasm, too much rotation, and in this connection left hip is not working correctly. It's making too much amplitude, and in this connection I'm making simply impossible from such positions, from such rotation of the hips, simply impossible the open position of the hips at the impact for me. So it's the same situation. You see that my club head must be somewhere here, but I'm becoming to open the lock too much early. This is mostly because I'm not controlling the right arm, and certainly because the hips are too much open, and and you see that here right arm is a little bit broken, but here it is not. But here the problem is that my left elbow is not bent, but it's become curved, and in this connection, in the portion of the second later, it's becoming even more terrible, because you see that inertia of the club, if you are achieving the maximum club head speed, not after the ball, not after the impact, but before the impact, you will always have such a stupid mistake that your right arm will be straight, but your left arm will be caught in the wrist and become broken, and that is working very bad. So this is over-enthusiastic swing, which have two terrible mistakes, which are not so difficultly managed, but which need too much attention and too much practice. The biggest problem is that during my training, exactly in the winter time, I had much more better swings with the much more better position of my wrists. But currently, when I start to play for the scoring, and I have started to make the approaches to the green and to better control the club, my older swing is coming back, and all those improvements which I'm working on, they are becoming not so. They are lost. Maybe currently we can tell that they are lost. So I hope that this video will be useful for those of you who are looking to be for the way from the scratch, from the single to the scratch, because you know that with such a swing it's certainly impossible to hope to be scratch, and in this connection I need to work on my swing. Plus that, certainly I'm not happy with my my upper body in the during the impact and during the follow through. So it's three very difficult elements which are necessary to be much more intentionally viewed and much more intensely changed. I will try to do it if I will have enough practice in the shortest time. So I hope to send the videos in which I can explain how I have decided this problem. So anyway, I will try to work on this very hard. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope to see your comments with maybe some ideas how to struggle with such a problems which I have described, because I think that many people are coming to them and have decided them. Thank you very much. Have a good game all over the golf, and hope to see you on my channel. Bye bye.